Every man desires prosperity. Every woman craves progress. But what few understand, what almost no one teaches, is that when God wants to bless you, He doesn't start with the reward. He starts with the refining. He doesn't give you the crown first. He gives you the crushing. And not because you're being punished, but because you are being prepared. The most powerful blessings in life are too heavy for the untested. They would destroy a man whose character has not been tempered in the fire, and so the fire comes first, not to burn you, but to purify you. I have spoken to thousands, interviewed men of wealth, industry, and influence. They all shared the same hidden truth. The moment of greatest growth did not come during applause, but during affliction. You think failure is a curse. But I say to you now, failure is a classroom, and adversity is a mentor sent by heaven itself. When life begins to break you down, when the relationships fade, the money dries up, the doors slam shut, it is easy to believe you've been abandoned. But I tell you this, that is the precise moment when God is closest to you, not in the comfort, but in the crushing. Because that's when you become moldable. That's when the ego cracks. That's when the illusions of control, perfection, and self-sufficiency are shattered, and what's left is something real. The you that was buried beneath ambition, the purpose that was hidden behind pride, the calling that was muted by comfort. You see, we want the reward, but we avoid the resistance. We pray for the promise, but we fear the process. And yet God does not give prosperity to those who have not been broken enough to carry it. Because unbroken people build fragile empires, and fragile empires collapse at the first wind of challenge. So when everything falls apart, don't panic, pay attention. Something greater is being built in the dark. Think of the seed planted in soil. It must be buried, completely hidden. It must be pressed beneath the weight of dirt. In that burial, it dies to what it was and begins to awaken to what it's becoming. The death is your breaking. And the blessing, that's the harvest that comes later. After you've endured the silence, after you've stayed faithful when no one saw your effort, after you continued to walk when you had every reason to quit. Do not confuse delay with denial. Just because the blessing hasn't come yet does not mean it isn't on the way. It means that your character is still under construction. And when it's done, when you've passed through the fire without losing your faith, you will no longer be the same man who entered it. You will be unshakable. And that is the kind of person God can trust with influence, legacy, wealth, impact. So stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what is this preparing me for? Because the man who asks better questions receives better answers. And the answer to your pain is this: your blessing is coming, but first you must be built to carry it. That building happens in the breaking. Let others run from it, let them hide, but not you. You are not average. You are not here to merely survive. You are here to become a vessel, a tested, proven, unshakable instrument of divine success. But if you want the power, you must first walk through the pressure. And you must walk through it with your eyes on growth, not just on relief. Because relief is temporary, but refinement is permanent. And once you've been refined, no one, not doubt, not fear, not criticism, can take what is now a part of who you are. You've got to get to the point where your dreams are more important than your discomfort, where your mission is greater than your moment of pain, where your faith is stronger than your fear. And you've got to believe this truth with every fiber of your being. God is not breaking you to destroy you. He is breaking you to bless you. Not bless you the way the world defines it, with shallow applause and fleeting things, but bless you with clarity, with strength, with vision that pierces through confusion, with peace that doesn't depend on circumstance, with authority that cannot be bought and purpose that cannot be shaken. That kind of blessing, the kind that lasts, it only comes after the breaking. So stop trying to skip the process. Stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Stop asking God for greatness and then rejecting the path that produces it. The reason many people never rise is not because they lack the potential, it's because they keep running from the pressure, and you can't have power without pressure. You want to build something legendary? You want to make an impact that outlives you? Then stop looking for shortcuts. Every master was once broken. Every visionary was once alone. Every leader was once misunderstood. And every great blessing was once wrapped in a great burden. So here's your moment. Here's the silence. Here's the discomfort. Here's the breaking. Will you run from it, or will you rise through it? Because the blessing is coming, but whether you're ready for it, that's up to you. If you stay with it, if you surrender to the shaping, to the tension, to the fire, you will rise. Yes, it's painful. Yes, it will stretch you beyond your comfort. Yes, it will strip you of your pride and illusions. But in that space where nothing is certain and everything feels like it's falling apart, that's where your true self is born. And the truth is, you don't need to be rescued. You need to be rebuilt. You don't need sympathy. You need structure. You need the daily disciplines that will sharpen you. You need the mindset that refuses to be defined by temporary pain. You need to remind yourself every day, every hour if necessary, that this breaking is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of your becoming. Now lift your head. Stand in the fire. Speak faith out loud. Tell the world, and more importantly, tell yourself, this breaking will not bury me, it will build me. Because you were not made to be soft. You were made to be shaped by adversity. You were made to be refined by purpose. And you were made to carry a blessing that lasts, not one that impresses for a season, but one that establishes legacy for generations. The breaking may feel unbearable, but the becoming will be unforgettable. If you are still with me, then understand this clearly. You are not waiting on the blessing. The blessing is waiting on you to become the person who can carry it. This moment you're in, the pressure you feel, the confusion you're navigating, it's not the end of your story. It's the part where most give up and a few rise. Now hear me. I have seen the pattern in every truly successful individual I ever studied. The moment of breakthrough always came after the moment of greatest testing. It's as if God watches to see, will you hold the vision when everything outside you screams contradiction? Because that is when greatness is born. Not when it's easy. Not when everyone believes in you. Not when the bank account is full and the doors fly open. Greatness is born in resistance. You will feel it before you see it. You will feel the discomfort of stretching, of separation, of sacrifice before the reward ever appears. And if you interpret that pain as failure, you'll never reach the prize. So I say again, God breaks you not to destroy you, but to expand you. You can't hold more if your hands are full of what's familiar. That's why He'll remove things you thought you needed. He'll allow people to walk away, not to leave you abandoned, but to leave you available for what's next. Sometimes the silence isn't punishment. It's space for transformation. You see, growth makes noise, but transformation happens in stillness. God speaks the loudest in the quiet. That's why you must guard your mind in the middle of the breaking. This is the battlefield. The thoughts that come in these moments, I'm not enough, this will never work, why bother trying? Those are not the voice of truth. They are the echo of fear. And if you entertain them long enough, you will talk yourself out of the very destiny you were created to carry. So fight for your mind, because a man cannot rise above the level of his thinking. What you believe in the breaking determines what you build after it. This is why I teach positive mental attitude, not as a trick or gimmick, but as a foundational principle of becoming. A positive mental attitude is not blind optimism. It is the defiant decision to see opportunity inside adversity. It is the choice to speak life when death surrounds you. It is the skill of seeing divine purpose in the middle of painful process. It's saying, I don't understand this yet, but I trust it will serve me. It's looking at the storm and saying, even this will be used to grow me. That kind of attitude doesn't just carry you through breaking seasons, it accelerates you through them. Because now you are working with the process, not against it. And let me tell you, the moment you make that internal shift, everything around you begins to move. You don't have to beg for open doors. You become the kind of person God opens doors for. You don't chase opportunity. Opportunity recognizes you. You don't strive for influence. You embody the weight of influence through how you think, how you act, how you endure. But first, you must prove that you are unshaken. That's the test. That's the proving ground of blessing. It's never about talent. There are plenty of talented men living small because they refuse to be trained by trial. It's never about how loud you shout. It's about how consistent you walk. And this is what separates the uncommon from the average. Most want the outcome. Few are willing to be unmade in order to be remade. But if you are among the few, if you are willing to keep showing up, to keep building, to keep believing, even when the light is dim and the crowd is gone, then the blessing will not pass you by. It cannot pass you by. Because now you've proven the one thing God looks for more than anything else, trustworthiness. Can He trust you to keep your vision when nothing supports it? Can He trust you to keep your values when compromise is convenient? Can He trust you to handle the blessing without it handling you? Answer those questions not with your mouth, but with your actions. Every day you persist, you're answering, yes, I can be trusted. Every time you reject distraction, you're declaring, yes, I'm ready. Every time you choose growth over comfort, you're shouting, yes, break me if you must, but bless me when I'm ready. And that, my friend, is what the fire is looking for. Not perfection, not performance. Preparation. You are being prepared for more than a moment. You are being shaped for sustained prosperity, for success that multiplies beyond you, for a mission that outlives your name. But you must let the process do its full work. Don't try to rush it. Don't try to numb it. Don't try to skip it. The process knows exactly how long you need to stay in the fire, not a second longer, not a moment too soon. And when the fire is done, you will not come out the same. You will come out refined. You will come out anchored. You will come out qualified, not by man, but by the only authority that matters. So stand up now, not because it's easy, but because you were built for this. And remember this with every step forward. The breaking is not the end. The breaking is the beginning of everything God has stored up for your life. That vision you carry, it still lives. That calling, it hasn't been canceled. That dream, it still breathes. And every trial you walked through, every moment you chose faith over fear has been a stepping stone toward your becoming. So declare this to yourself right now. I will not waste my pain. I will not curse the process. I will rise. Not just once. Not just when I feel good. Every time I fall, I will rise again. Because I understand now the breaking is a sign, a signal, a sacred moment of becoming. And when you finally emerge from it, you will be more than successful. You will be solid. And that is a blessing the world cannot steal. By now you are beginning to understand. Breaking isn't the end, it's the entrance. It's the first door you must walk through before destiny will let you in. But there's something else you must hear. The breaking isn't a one-time event. It is a process. It shows up when you least expect it. Just when you think you finally made it. Just when the dust settles. Just when the first rewards start to appear. The pressure returns. Not because you're failing, but because you're being called higher. Every new level of blessing demands a new level of surrender. This is why so many never rise. They reach one milestone and then cling to it. They mistake comfort for completion. They stop growing and call it peace. But comfort is not the goal, alignment is. And God will disrupt anything that no longer aligns with your next chapter. He'll interrupt the business if your heart is drifting. He'll expose the relationship if your soul is shrinking. He'll burn the bridges if they're leading you backwards. Not to hurt you, but to protect you, because you've been chosen for more than average. And more than average requires pain most people will never understand. You'll be misunderstood, judged, isolated, mocked. And still you must walk. You must build. You must rise. Because the breaking was never designed to stop you. It was designed to make you indestructible. Every tear, a lesson. Every betrayal, a realignment. Every failure, a recalibration of your internal compass. You think you've lost, but you haven't. You've been redirected. You think you're behind. You're not. You're being realigned with divine timing. You think it's over. It's not. It's just beginning. But this time, you won't be building on insecurity. This time, your foundation will be conviction. This time, your roots will go deep, so when the winds come, you won't break again. And listen to me now. When the blessing comes, and it will, you will not feel overwhelmed, because you have already been tested in the fire. You've already been alone and still kept walking. You've already been doubted and still believed. You've already seen what it's like to have nothing but faith, and now you know faith was enough. That's why your confidence will not come from money, not from status, not from applause. Your confidence will come from alignment. You will walk in rooms differently. You will speak from a place of knowing. You will lead with humility and force at the same time, because you didn't just learn this from books, you earned it through fire. The man who emerges from breaking becomes a vessel of wisdom. He doesn't panic when the storm comes. He leads others through it. He doesn't seek attention. His presence commands it. He doesn't fake confidence. His walk proves it, because he has seen the worst. He has walked through hell. He has faced his own shadows, survived the silence, endured the refining, and he did not run. And now he's ready. That man is you. You've been through too much to go back now. You've cried too many nights to settle now. You've grown too much to play small now. You've come too far to doubt yourself now. You are in the final stretch of the test. All that remains is your decision. Will you finish the fire with faith? Will you keep showing up even when you're tired? Will you trust even when you don't understand? Will you act like the blessing is already yours? Because if you do, if you wake up with discipline, if you speak like your words shape the world, if you move with grace in the middle of chaos, then everything that was once delayed will begin to move, and you won't have to chase it. It will find you, because your name has been written on the blessing since the beginning. It just needed to be handed to the version of you who could carry it. Now that you've become him, it's time. The resources, they're coming. The people, they're watching. The opportunities, they're already moving in your direction. Not because you were lucky, but because you were faithful in the fire. You were consistent in the quiet. You honored the vision when no one saw it. You trained when no one was clapping. You sacrificed when no one was noticing. And now you are ready for overflow. You are ready for abundance with responsibility. You are ready for influence without compromise. You are ready for power that heals, not power that breaks others. Because God doesn't bless the loudest. He blesses the ones who've been broken, humbled, and rebuilt in obedience. And that is now your story. You didn't just survive the fire, you learned to speak from it. You didn't just endure the pain, you allowed it to shape you. You didn't just make it through, you rose higher than ever before. So now, the breaking ends, and the blessing begins. Not the shallow kind, not the temporary version, but the type of blessing that touches everything you do, your words, your work, your walk, your wisdom, the kind of blessing you were born to carry. Now go walk in it. Go lead with it. Go serve with it. Go build with it. And remember, the next time the breaking begins again, it's not punishment. It's promotion. It means you are about to be expanded again. It means your capacity is increasing. It means your influence is growing. It means your soul is shedding what no longer serves so it can receive what's next. So do not fear the next storm. Do not curse the next silence. Stand in it like a warrior who's already seen the fire and come through gold. Because now you know what few ever understand. When God wants to bless you, He'll break you first. And if you don't run from the breaking, you'll receive a blessing no one can take from you. One forged in truth. One sustained by character. One built not on what you had, but on who you became.